Well, someone wants to keep themselves in the spotlight, and it ain't me. But now they're calling themselves a character, or using a line from a movie to identify themselves as. So they're calling themselves now, do you want to build a snowman? Yup. Okay. Been watching too much of Frozen, I guess. Though, Frosty the Snowman, build a snowman, build a snowman. So, now, first we're going to do this, then we're going to deal with some news. And then, now, they're saying what I said was stupid, but what about it is stupid, right? In the first place, right? That's what I'm going to ask them because I don't know what they're talking about anyway. I have amnesia, right, of what happened, right, with the car wreck in the 3 Short Fall. So unless they know something differently than me,
the Bible says
if they do, who's lying, me or them? Them. Right. Exactly. Right, man. Werewolves London. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Now, first things first, okay? We want to play crime and punishment in the first place and act like someone else is doing something worse than me, so they should get in trouble for it. And maybe they should. Again, right? Maybe they should. And again. Now, I'm not telling people, oh, do whatever you want to do. No one can tell you that. So, another lie. How do you know it is a lie? When I gave you evidence, you are in the lie. So, oops, didn't know when or when was two different words, right? They didn't mark it as not spelled right. But I did W-E-N versus W-H-E-N. Anyway. So I say, how do you know it is a lie? When I gave you evidence, you were in the lie. See, like I said, you can't make someone change who they are, but you can change yourself to face the truth, right? No matter what someone else says to you. So, again, they say it never happened, you never died, you were never brought back from the dead. Common sense, just another one of your lies. So you have a different experience. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. First off, I'm asking them a question. So you have a different understanding of car wrecks and falls. They can't kill someone. In fact, there's a guy mentioned in the Bible who fell about from the window, like I did, of a 3-story loft or building. Okay, he died. But there again, he wasn't conscious that he wasn't trying to get into the window like I was. A little bit different. But, okay, you can't die from a 2 1/4 story fall. Mm-hmm. Right. and see, I'm not even. He's not even a blip on my radar. Whatever his problem is with me surviving the wreck and the fall, but he has the problem. Excuse me. You know, good I'm playing along, does he still? Now, now, even if I look up Sheena Johnson, which was the name of one of my ex-girlfriends, right? I can't really find any solid evidence that it's the same girl I met, right? Anyway. Nor could she on me, right? But, alright, let's find out what exactly is going on with Hunter and Joe Biden, right? Now, if you're a president, okay, and you're a vice president, and again, I know, your son makes money off of a poor nation like Ukraine, right? That don't deserve an investigation either, does it, Democrats of Congress? That's not fishy. That's not, again, weird. Now, I'm not saying I know anything for certain. But let's read a little bit about the situation from NBC News. All right. Trump is facing allegations that he tried to pressure the Ukrainian government to investigate the former vice president's son. But why? So, okay, a former Ukrainian prosecutor who investigated a gas company tied to Hunter Biden said Thursday that there was no evidence the former vice president's son engaged in illegal activities. Right? From the perspective of Ukrainian legislation, he did not violate anything. Yuri Lutsenko told the Washington Post, right? Okay. Well, that's about all you can find out anyway in Trump or someone else. Now, what is questionable is, again, though, what is corruption, right? Okay, well, how much money did he make with Ukraine, right? Alright, little thing spinning, because Google Chrome's not responding. So that's quoting Darey Gregorian, right? In an article he published on September 26, 2019 at 1:18 p.m. So that was yesterday, right? Now, okay. Now, even if you don't find anything, is it wrong to ask someone to look into it? No. I've never heard of that, right? And make sure there was nothing illegal going on. Right! You can't do that if you're the president. Even though it's a foreign country like Ukraine. Now, the thing is, though, the prosecutor, Viktor Shokin, has been accused of failing to act in numerous corruption cases, though, right? Including the investigation into Burisma, in addition to the United States government. To quote that part of the story. Though no one's actually gone there to investigate against the Bidens either. Now, why would you do this with a political rival anyway? To see if they act all bad shit about it. So, I mean, come on. So that kind of seems to be what we're dealing with. Now, can I not talk to someone about this anyway? Normal conversation. Well, if I put it in a classified portion, am I tempting you to want to look and see it? Like a spy. To see if you will try to act more like a spy than, again, someone doing their real job. If I got a spy in my organization, right, and he's working for another team, and he's not on my side, there's only one way to expose him. Pretend I'm doing something wrong when I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? To see if you overreact like I'm doing something wrong and try to bring charges against you when it don't apply. Now, Bill had a bunch of women similar to Bill Cosby too, right? Saying similar things. But that's not criminal enough that you could impeach him, because who sided with Bill? The Democrats. Is that why sexual immorality is running rampant in America? I know. Yeah, the Democrats are the kings of sexual immorality in there, because they put a president in office who was purported to have done that with several women himself. Now, sex is a problem with some people. They don't believe sex is a choice, and that you can only be with a consenting adult. Some people don't believe that, right? Some people will have sex with a child, right? Some people will rape a woman or a man, right? The problem with raping a man, though, is both men are too prideful to report it, but not me. Told you that, too. You have to report a crime, right? As soon as it happens. You can't wait 20 days later, or a week later, or 30 days later, or anything like that, right? But the point is, whatever the crime is, whether it's sexual or not, a crime is a crime. Stealing is a crime. Beating someone up is a crime. Bullying someone is starting to become a crime. Right? Things like that, right? Why? You're abusing the idea of freedom of speech, right? Just the other day in Savannah, some Hispanic girls, and one was born in America, right? We're talking in Spanish, and some guy who works for the sheriff's department made racist comments toward them as if he knew them when he didn't. No. And he got fired as a result. Well, again, in this PC world, you can't say crazy things like that anymore. Can you? No. That's the whole point. So how much did he actually make in the deal? See if they'll cover that, right? Good. Now, the gas company is Brusima Group, of which he's a board member, right? Now, this also is what? Public knowledge. It ain't as though, again, President Trump can really purposely do anything to interfere with Ukraine either. Why? He's a president, and the different branches of the government can also act independently, but they still have to also occasionally act as one. So, Business Insider, let's see what they say. In an article by John Hall Twinger, I guess I said that right, John. See if he goes over it. His heart's a hunter, but love is a losing game. Okay. 8, 13. Now I gotta wait because it's not responding yet. Google will come in and out sometimes and not respond immediately. Still not acting right. And got a little blue circle now. Dizzy, its head is spinning. And then they want to do AI, like that's better, and or worse. Don't fear the Reaper, baby. I'm your man. I'm your man. But President Trump, though, can't, in the conversation, ask the president of Ukraine to look into that a little bit deeper and maybe say, well, whether you do it or not, whatever happens, happens, right? Now, we could do something about it, right? Or what? Or not. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's still not responding, right? And there's no reason for it not to now, is it? Right? But let me ask you this, though. I don't care if you're gay, but you gotta wait till you're 18 before you can have sex like everyone else. You understand? Right? What do I mean by that? Well, technically, that's what the government's saying. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't have sex or be able to consent to sex until you're 16 to 18 in most states, right? Now, I'll say 16 because that's the age of consent in Georgia that I heard growing up. Now, if they changed that, I ain't heard they changed it yet, but I don't go after 16 years olds anyway. That's just a thing I heard growing up. Mm-hmm. Now, I prefer 18 and older, but that's still according to the law. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm not after a woman whether she's a virgin or not, but I wouldn't mind being with one, but I'm not going to chase one down, you know what I mean? But I'm looking for a number, so. Right. Now, Hunter received $50,000 a month. Though it was criticized by ethnic watchdogs as a conflict of interest for his father, who was still vice president at the time. Oh, okay, you're going to give me your viewpoint of your whistleblower who only heard it secondhand, right? That's hearsay. It's not admissible in court. Why do you think the guy yesterday couldn't answer your question? It's not proven. It's not proven. Plus, what? President Trump didn't talk to him before, during, or after that? That's the only conversation you're interested in? Okay. Okay. Though it was also seen as an attempt to bolster its image and perception, right? That's Bruceisma. Bruisma. That's my Bruisma, I guess. I hope I said it right. And though you vilified Russia for Crimea, and again, right? Well, right. You know, because Crimea ain't a big port for Russia in Ukraine. Mm-hmm. Well, whatever that means. But he received like $50,000 for several months. How long? I don't know, right? But you get what I mean. That's a nice little salary. Mm-hmm. And it got up to at least $1 billion, right? All it would take is what, 24 months, something like that, right? Because 10 months would be 500,000, right? Right. So 20 months, he would have around $1 million, right? I guess, right? So that's not called a kickback in business ethics either. I don't know. I'm not a business. I don't claim to be. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Now, what did the Here's supposed to be the annotated transcript of the call. Alright. Now, to use the article, I have to acknowledge the source, right? And say I'm quoting from it. This is college, again, stuff, right? I'm learning now, right? For copyrighted things. Even music, though, it's copyrighted, but you can't teach music. Can you? And, or you're not letting us teach music, are you? Okay, this is by Aaron Blake. It's published September 25th, 2019 at 11:16 a.m. EDT. I guess that's Eastern Daylight Time. It doesn't offer any quid pro quo. But he does emphasize, and that's President Trump, how good the U.S. government is to Ukraine, right? And then he asks for two investigations, one involving Biden, right? All right, so again, they're focusing, though, on the Biden one, right? Only. So when I call up another president and I hear this story about Biden, and there's also something else going on, right? And I asked him about both, right? Right? I'm just kind of inquiring. Inquiring minds want to know. Now, is that election interference? Say Thomas Jefferson, when he was running for president, was in Paris and was with a prostitute. Okay, his opponent can't use that against him for moral reasons, can he? Even though it happened in France, right? Yeah. I can't say because it happened in France and that's a foreign nation, right? President hopeful, Thomas Jefferson was with a prostitute in Paris, right? I can't say that as news, right? Okay, I can't investigate that. And I can't say, oh, well, that might affect the election, right? It could, but so could any scandal, right? Is this scandalous, right? I don't know. Why would it be? Why wouldn't it be? Now, when I ask you about two things that are going on, right? And you focus on one being that it's involved with the vice president's son, right? You're not nitpicking, right? In other words, because it's Joe Biden, he's now party. I think Trump's doing something illegal, right? Ain't that what you're doing? That's the pot calling the kettle black. I know it is. Right. Alright, we don't know if that's legal or not, right? But, again, right, I'm not saying it's corruption or not. I don't know, right? I have to investigate it further, right? Right. Find out. Oops, doorbell. Be back.